Hey everybody, Chris from Grave Expectations. Here in the workshop, I got a couple of the products behind me. I promised you a video I'd be doing windproofing your tombstone and how to do it. There's a lot of questions. I got a ton of questions about this, so I'm going to answer them today. So you're only going to need a couple tools for this. You're going to need 1/2-inch PVC pipe. It comes in an 8-foot length. You cut them down to about 5 to 6 inches, depending on what you have. I'll explain that in a minute. You're going to need a 1/7 drill bit. You're going to need a drill, and you're going to need some kind of hot glue gun. This is my Shore Bond hot glue gun. Shout out to them. They're fantastic. The reason I say the length might be different is because some tombstones that you create may not have a base, and some may have a base that's attached to them. So the two differences would be no base and a base. So that would depend on the length that you need. But you really don't need too much, just about 5 to 6 inches. So I have an example here of a piece of foam board that we would use. It's a 2-inch foam board. This foam board would represent one of the tombstones before it was, or after it was carved. And I just want to show you. So on the bottom side of the tombstone, what you have is holes, right? So you just have to make sure that, obviously this is a good one and this is a bad one. You just have to make sure that your drill, when you put it in, is going straight through the foam board, if it's on any kind of angle and it pops through, obviously it's going to ruin your work, and it's going to take you more time, more energy to get that to be fixed. So just be mindful of that. So if I was going to insert one of the glue, put the glue into the PVC, I'm going to put that side into the tombstone, and I'm going to slide it down so that it would be flush, number one. So you want the PVC pipe to be flush with the bottom of the foam board here, and I'll show you examples of that. But you just want to twist and make sure the glue makes contact with all the pieces in that foam. So with the PVC pipe in, I would take my hot glue gun and I'd run a bead around the perimeter of the foam board as to make that nice and tight, because you just don't want this PVC pipe to wiggle in there. And again, it's a nice straight shot. There's no damage to the exterior, which is awesome, and that'll really snug up. Okay, so here's an example of a tombstone that was created that was drilled out, right, on the bottom of the tombstone. So you have the top and the bottom, okay? This one has a base, but no plugs were inserted, right? A very unsturdy way to secure your tombstone in the event of strong winds. So just keep that in mind, okay? Here is a tombstone that has the bottom drilled out and the plugs put in, the PVC pipe put in, very, very secure. Now, those two have bases, which means that the plug or the PVC pipe will have to be at a longer inch, right? So you're going to be at the 5 to 6 inch mark. This bottom one here is another tombstone without a base. So you only need maybe 4 or 5 inches on that. Again, they're cut flush, they look good, they're all glued in, and they are pretty secure. We'll secure these to the ground, we're going to talk about next. All right, welcome back. So now the last step we got to talk about is actually how do we secure the tombstone to the ground. Before I do that, if you like the content of this video, hit that subscribe button, smash that follow button. We're gonna have a lot more content coming up. So to secure the tombstones to the ground, so make sure they're not being taken away by the wind and in the neighbor's yard. So we're gonna use 1/2-inch rebar. You can pick up a 1/2-inch rebar from any local hardware store, big box store, Lowe's, Home Depot. They usually come in about 24-inch sections. I cut my rebar in half, so you get about 12 inches on each side. And it's real simple after that, right? So you're gonna lay the tombstone down on the ground, face up. You are going to line up the rebar with the holes on the tombstone and pound them into the ground with a hammer. Once they're into the ground, about to 6 inches sticking out of the ground, right? Because that's how long your PVC pipe is in the bottom of the tombstone. You're just going to slide the tombstone right on top. Now, I've been doing this method for about 4 to 5 years. Never lost a tombstone, never had one break. I leave them out for about 16 to 17 days before Halloween and about 2 to 3 days after. So you're talking about 20 days almost, and I've never had a problem. So I hope you like the content in this video. Stay creepy.